This is a bill that was heard by the Judiciary Non-Civil Subcommittee on relating to individuals interfering with first responders doing their job. I'm reading off LC 560346. And the primary heart of the bill starts on line 18, where it says a person commits the offense of interference with a first responder when he or she, after receiving a verbal warning not to approach from a person he or she knows or reasonably should know is a first responder, and who is engaged in lawful performance of legal duty, knowingly and willfully violates such warning and approaches or remains within 25 feet of the first responder with the intent to impede or interfere with the first responder's ability to perform such duty, threaten the first responder with physical harm, or harass the first responder. And up on line 15, we do have a definition of harass. And then it's they would be guilty of a misdemeanor of higher aggravated nature. Primarily, it protects those responding to crashes, fire service. A lot of our fire departments in the state, municipal and volunteer fire departments, they bring paramedics out on the equipment, but they don't necessarily have an ambulance. So this protects them until an ambulance gets there and they get the individual loaded up and transported to a medical facility.
And this was the companion bill to the HALO Act?
Yes, sir, it was.
Okay, all right.
And really, I think the biggest difference is, if I recall, is the distance in the HALO Act. I think was a distance, and mine was based on the 21-foot reactionary distance that most public safety and law enforcement agencies are trained with for response.
Would you be opposed to us going with the same language that we had in the HALO Act that came out of the House?
What's the distance, if I could ask? That would be my only concern. I think the distance was very close in the HALO Act.
There's no distance requirement. If they're obstructing or hindering a public safety official from doing their job, they could be charged with obstructing.
Right. The only reason we put the 25-foot in there is the reactionary distance is 21, added the 4 feet, is because I wanted to make sure I was not infringing on anyone's First Amendment right to yell, "Are they okay?" and all this other kind of stuff, or they could even film it. They just could not interfere or harass the first responder. But as always, Mr. Chair, I'm at the will of the committee.
Okay.
I'd be willing to entertain any conversation related to language.
All right. Any questions from members of the committee? Okay. Thank you. If you want to just take a seat over to the side
Yes, sir.
there. Let's see. Robert Cornicelli?
Yes.
Did I get that right?
Surprise.
Bam! Where does your name originate from?
Yeah, I have to say I am from New York, but I live in South Carolina, so please don't hold that
Which
against
part
me.
of South Carolina?
Somerville.
Somerville.
I want to raise my children with the Southern culture.
That's a good one. The Green Wave over there. Go ahead.
So I want to thank you for having me. My introduction is probably going to be longer than my comments. My name is Robert Cornicelli. I'm a Navy veteran. I'm a retired Army officer. I was the executive officer to the director of operations in DIA, so we did intelligence, and I also was involved in conflict resolution, where I came up with a concept of a buffer zone. I'm also the founder of Veteran Recovery Coalition and the president of Veterans for America First. And my comments are these. Recent years of heightened social unrest in major cities have highlighted significant challenges faced by law enforcement officers and first responders during the discharge of their official duties. Research shows that close proximity reduces reaction time, increases risk for officers and responders when managing potential risks. A minimum distance is critical to create safer environments, minimizing unnecessary confrontation and enhancing public safety. The establishment of a 21-foot buffer zone, and as a matter of fact, the HALO Act and 268 both have 25 feet. Where was I? Zone has been the instances of deliberate obstruction or aggression towards law enforcement and first responders undermine their critical role in safeguarding public safety. These actions disrupt operations and contribute to broader societal instability. Recognizing the need for boundaries that protect those serving in these roles is essential to ensure that their ability to perform their duties safely and efficiently while upholding the safety and welfare of the community. So basically, it's all about, I was in conflict resolution, but that means a conflict has already taken place. We want to create a buffer zone so confrontation doesn't take place, and it gives that as Senator Robertson said, there's a 21-foot reactionary gap that they're taught, law enforcement officers are taught in school. And that means that it takes someone about 1.5 seconds to get at a law enforcement officer or a first responder within that 21 feet. If you're carrying an M4 or you're carrying a sidearm, you can't pull that weapon out in 1.5 seconds and protect whoever it is you're protecting, yourself and that weapon. And as we know, there are weapons in this building. So if you allow people within 1 foot of all your officers who are carrying a weapon, how do they protect that? So creating this buffer zone gives law enforcement, first responders, the ability to de-escalate. So I'm 100% in support of it.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you for driving all the way from Somerville. We used to jokingly refer to it as Scummerville.
Yeah. Not anymore. We're here. Thank you.
Good Baptist college over there, too. All right. Kartik. Kartik Bhatt. Okay, thank you very much. Come on down.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So this is just for safety for my other officers, because I used to work in the Cobb County Department of Public Safety, and I have a lot of friends from police and the sheriff department across country. So this is, my goal is simple. They come from work and they go home safe. To just keep that privacy for public safety, peace, and security.
Fair enough. Thank you. No questions. All right. Let's see. I think that's all that I have. Gactyl or Pack? All right. Sounds good. Well, that's all we have. We don't have quorum on that. May see you tomorrow.
I appreciate y'all giving us the time, and
We may see you tomorrow. How about that? I'll talk with you.
I got a full committee schedule, but you know, I'll run over here.
You got a good vice chairman? You got a good vice chairman?
I'm not a chairman, sir. I'm
They demoted you?
no, if you're in a leadership position over there, they won't let me be a chair. That would be what they consider too much of Randy Robertson, so they don't.
Understood. Understood. All right. All right. Sounds good. We'll see you tomorrow sometime. I'll let you know.
Thank you, sir.
We'll try to accommodate as much as we can. I have one I'm going to present to the committee, and then we can adjourn for the day. You have before you substitute the Senate Bill 1